Leave. Please go.
Mr. Chairman,
We have voted.
Mr. Chairman.
Let's go.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
Look,
Chairman. Thank you. Deputy Chief Whip.
We have a copy. We'll distribute it to you. Go ahead.
We need to follow what is written. We need to be on the same page.
Clark.
Is it this one?
Yeah, but you go
Brief by IGP.
Page 3 of that document, you can see it. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
page 3.
yes, go ahead.
Of the Nigerian police budget performance over the past 3 budgetary cycles shows a marked improvement on overhead and capital appropriation as well as releases to the Nigerian police force from 2021 to 2023. For want of time, I'm going to skip the paragraphs 8, 9. They are already contained in the document presented earlier on. I will go to general observations on the 2024 performance evaluation of the Nigerian police budget. The general implication of the Nigerian police budgetary performance from the analysis above is that the appropriation and the funds eventually released to the Nigerian police force in recent years were insufficient to meet the minimum.
There is point of order. Let's allow them to off your mic, please.
No, I'm in the Senate for Budget Defense. Okay.
As you go to the challenges, you can on your mic, please.
Prayers.
Okay.
Request for action. I respectfully request the support of the Senate and House committees on police affairs and institutions in the following areas. Advocate for removing the Nigerian police force from the envelope budgetary framework, allowing the force to present accurate funding requirements for effective planning and execution. Approve the creation of a special operations account to enable the force to swiftly respond to unanticipated security emergencies and support ongoing operations. Increase appropriations for both overhead and capital expenditures to enhance the force's operational efficiency. Leverage legislative influence to ensure the timely and complete release of appropriated funds for the 2025 budget. Allocate funds for constructing 5 recently approved Zona Police headquarters in Anambra, Zone 13, Katsina, Zone 14, Maiduguri, Zone 15, Yenogua, Zone 16, and Akure, Zone 17. Notice. Provide targeted funding.
Observation, point of order, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, Mark Eset is my name from Akwa Ibom State.
Before you continue.
Okay, point of order, Mr. Chairman. Am I recognized, Mr. Chairman? Thank you very much. Reading. It's quite different from the document we have it. No, sir, we are all here for budget. It's very, very important that whatever they are presenting, all members will be acquainted with it. You can't give me a copy after this. It's not the same thing. The details are not here, like the zonal offices he has mentioned. They are not captured here.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
To serve Nigerians. And Nigerians should see us as a very serious institution. We are not against the presentation of the IGP, but I, as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
should have what the IGP is reading. Exactly. Please let me finish. I represent the inspector of this country. What the IGP is reading is different from what I have. And I'm going to ask questions. Let me finish.
Before you finish, I am the chair, yes. Please let us take it in leadership of this committee to allow IG to summarize his presentation.
No, Chairman, we're not in a hurry. We are not in a hurry. We must do the right thing.
We are not in the chamber. You are there to wait for the collective. You have it.
Order, please.
It's not in this copy.
What is written is
A new copy was sent to you. Check and see it. If you don't have the copy, ask for the copy.
Yes.
This is not a big deal. You ask for the copy. The copy is there available.
There is a point of
I'm
order.
still on the floor. I'm still on the floor, Mr. Chairman.
And we need the opinion of all the members. Can we allow IG to proceed with what is reading?
No,
From the eyes have it, please.
then I will leave.
I will not copy. What are we reading now?
What do you want to do?
Leave.
We are acting in the head.
Leave. Leave. Please go.
Mr. Chairman,
We
point
have
of order,
voted.
Mr. Chairman.
Let's go.
Mr. Chairman.
Order.
Mr. Chairman.
No.
Chairman.
Eleman.
Chairman.
We have voted.
Thank you. Deputy Chief Whip. Deputy Chief Whip. Deputy Chief Whip. Deputy Chief Whip. Mr. Chairman.
Please respect the chair. Respect the chair, please. Honorable Gabi, you have point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank you, distinguished colleagues. I have the floor. Through a motion move through in this sitting, and members unanimously agree that the Inspector General of Police should read an abridged, should summarize an abridged version. So I think I have the floor. I have the floor. We cannot be kids here. We must be recognized to speak. What we are displaying is what Nigerian does not even want. As a member of the House of Representatives, there is a procedure for you to be recognized, to speak, not to be interjecting unnecessarily. That is one. Secondly, Mr. Chairman, the procedures of sitting, he have made presentation regarding to 2024, and it is embedded in the speech circulated to us for those of us that came here on time. What we need to do after his presentation, everybody reserve the constitutional right to ask questions. But at this level that we are jumping the gun, it means we are preempting. If you have problem, Senator or House of Reps that have a personal problem with the Nigerian police should not be addressed in this platform. I so submit, Mr. Chairman.
Capacity building initiatives aligned with long-term reform objectives. Conclusion. Distinguished members, the security and stability of our nation hinge on a well-funded, operationally prepared, and modernized Nigerian police force. Your advocacy and intervention in addressing the budgetary challenges highlighted will significantly advance our shared goal of a safer and more secure Nigeria. I reaffirm my commitment to working closely with your esteemed committees to reposition the force for optimal performance in 2025 and beyond. Together, we can create a legacy of enhanced internal security and robust public trust. Thank you for your attention and anticipated support.
Well, thank you.
I looked at the capital budget of 2024. The provision of 66,926. Only 25 billion was released, a decimal of just 38%. In my constituency, Miso, there is an abandoned project of the area command. Since for the first 5 years, this project was not, it was completely abandoned. And I felt with this provision, it could be the reason why that strategic office or formation is not being catered for. And again, sir, if you look at the presentation, look at what is being allocated for command of a unit. It is less than 20,000 naira for a formation to operate, for God's sake. And we're talking of the terrible insecurity situation we are in this country. How can the Police Rapid Response Act? They will be at the mercy of going to filling station, asking for 1 gallon. They could not even service the vehicles. I feel this envelope of a thing, the ceiling restricting some of the formations in this country, we should make a policy that there are institutions that ceiling, that deprive them of having the opportunity to do the best thing in this country. As legislators, we'll have to work on this. Thirdly, the IG, the police. Secondly, it creates, you cannot be able to perform effectively. That is why some agencies of the security are being used to do the police work rather than allowing the police to do their legitimate responsibility. Mr. Chair, I thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
You also have lost men in service. We pray that Almighty Allah will accept their return. But when I look at this budget, I am worried because the whole world is leaning towards artificial intelligence and using technology for policing. What you have in your entire budget, wallahi, is not enough to implement what you need to police Nigeria. And I think as a nation, we need to really be serious about these things. You go to the Western world, you go to Dubai, you see everywhere, there are cameras all over the place. You barely see, there are police everywhere, but they are not visible. Technology is more visible than even human beings. I would like for you to come up with a holistic, working with the chairman, how you are going to use technology to drive securing our nation. Because this money, I look at what you have for capital. It's a joke. You barely have enough. Because I'm the chairman ICT, and I know you don't have it. We need to come up with a holistic technology solution that is going to empower them to be able to do their work. And we are here to partner with you. So, but if the envelope system is what is putting a ceiling on you, we are going to work with you to remove it. If it means that we need to amend your act, so be it. We did it for NSA, we can do it for you. So, Co-Chairman, thank you, and I pray that we can do this to support them.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. Sorry, before budget performance, before we proceed, who is moving motion for the adoption? Okay, go ahead, Honorable.
Before I move a motion, Chairman, if I have your permission, looking at the performance of the 2024 budget of the police, Mr. Chairman, we should tell ourselves the truth. The infrastructures, if we build all the infrastructures in this nation and there's no security, it is useless. So if a total of 66 billion was budgeted and only 25 billion was released, and asking me to move a motion to adopt this, Mr. Chairman, I think I would be doing injustice to the police affairs, to the police station, and even to the Nigerian populace. Mr. Chairman, while moving a motion, I said, excuse me, Honorable Gadi, while moving a motion, Mr. Chairman, we should condemn in totality the treatment meted on the police institution's budget. This is a very critical and sensitive institution. If at all we must achieve instability in this country. Mr. Chairman, having said that, I want to move a motion that this honorable committee do condemn the action given to the police institution on the 2024 budget of grossly inadequate release of funds that was done to the police affairs. We need to condemn it in totality. And as such, I hereby move that the committee adopt the judicious spending of the limited and lame resources allocated, released to the police affairs. I so move. It is improper. For God's sake, it is not parliamentary practice.
In view of that, I wish to move properly that the 2024 performance as presented by the Inspector General of Police.
Second the motion, ably moved by Honorable Gagdi. I so second. Thank you.
Motion adopted.
That we've been following for over 23 years. And we cannot, in this sitting, begin to innovate. Both the House rules and the Senate rules specifically have modalities and procedures. So, as members of the National Assembly, we must show decorum and patience. The Inspector General of Police, let me commend you this far and your personnel for seeing us through 2024. But let me say, with all sense of responsibility, having been a chairman of this August committee 17 years ago, I have not seen any desire to move the police as an institution that requires 24-hour a day attention, 12 calendar months throughout the year. And I made this assertion. If you look at the budget of 2024, the police naturally asked for 120 billion. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo and the National Assembly begins to adopt it without looking at the implication. First, I have no problem with the envelope, but I have serious problem with enveloping security institutions. It shouldn't be like that. You don't see the capital component, you ask for 150 billion, 66 was released, over 25 billion pending. And I don't see why this should continue as a normal thing. And I take this time because the Inspector General of Police should have a direct access to the president. And some of these issues must be laid before the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces. Because first and foremost, he is the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces. And therefore, when you see some of this budget, you begin to lament. The presentation of the IG is simply the tragic story of this country. Consequently, you come to the 2025 that was just introduced, and you look at the police wanted 1.8 trillion. The envelope has said, okay, 1.252 trillion will be given to them. But you now take your phone and try to now convert even the envelope, the demand of the police, into dollars. You now say you have arrived at slightly over $4 million US. And what you are getting is also, what you have, the envelope is slightly above $3 million US. Are we sure that we are supposed to, at this 21st century, be asking police to spend just close to $4 million US in securing our nations? So the question is, IG, does your institution remains only and dependent on just budgetary allocation, or do you also assess some funds from the federal government and other donor agencies
By providing such answers in future, it will give us an idea of what actually you need. And going forward, as an institution, we had initiated some thinking with the first Inspector General of Police, where if you are going to have a national police budget, beginning from the national headquarters, to the zonal headquarters, to the division, whereby all these segments will be captured in your budgetary allocation, you will be seeing this mega amount. Probably one of the reasons why we are where we are is because we have not been able to communicate to the government in power before and now. We have divisions, we have zonal headquarters, and therefore my next question is, how many personnel, what is the current status of your personnel in Nigeria now? Will you be able to provide us with that answer? So just jot it when you come. Lastly, my brother from Bauchi raised a question. Today, sir, there is a completed police university level building completed in Ganjo local government of Bauchi State, which falls under my own jurisdiction as a senator. For the last 6 years, that place is locked. Nobody goes there, and it's being used by unfortunate boys to do a lot of ungodly things. And when I came back to the Senate, I wrote to the committee, where you, and then addressed to the Police Service Commission that this place is spent close to 5 billion. The police spent close to 5 billion on a building that is completed, that is ready for operation, but nobody uses it. And therefore, I want you to take a serious look at that and see how and utilize that place. Mr. Chairman, I shall submit.
Thank you.
You have to push with the leadership in the House to see how you will increase the capital allocation of the Nigerian police. Sincerely, looking at this figure, it is less than $40 million that you are using to work. And out of that equivalent of $40 million, you have only been giving 38%, which is about 25 billion. And you are covering the 36 states and the FCT. And looking at the breakdown of the capital, what you are even using, training, equipment, logistics, and all that, it is very difficult for you to make any meaningful impact securing this country. Sir, I'm asking you to please liaise with our leadership to see how you can meet the executive, the president. We need this budget to be increased, and there's still time. Please, sir, there's still time before the end of this month. We'll be able to do it, and at least, because I can see in 2025.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you, Honorable. Because of time, please.
So please, make sure that is done. Thank you.
Thank you.
In terms of performance and the digitization drive of the management team of the police, I've had cause to interface with them a couple of times, and I'm quite impressed with the efforts that the team is making to deepen information and communication technology into operations of the police. Chairman, sir, I think in order not to overflow the issue of funding, I think it is important for this committee to dissolve into an executive committee to take the issues one by one and to draw up a roadmap which we will present to the leadership of the National Assembly for transmission to the executive for immediate consideration of the issues affecting the police. If you look through the activities of the police on page 7, paragraph 214, some of the items of expenditure include foreign funding. For instance, the issue of maintenance of aircraft and marine patrol vehicles. These are very critical, efficient, and effective policy. And looking at the instability of the forex and the high cost of the dollar vis-a-vis the naira or any foreign currency, I think we are making a joke of our police if we have to tie them to this paltry funding. I move that, Mr. Chairman, should the committee agree, that we dissolve into executive session to take these issues one by one and to come up with recommendations for transmission to the National Assembly and then to the executive. Thank you.
Answer 2 or 3 questions and allow us to take the remaining this team. If we dissolve into executive session, it will be entirely another long 2 hours or more than that. So IG, you can answer the questions you have jotted, and then we proceed with the Chairman Police Service Commissions. We have about 4 of them. Go on.
And we are here. We expect our guests to go directly, tell us the performance of the 2024 we adopted, then the 2025 they give us as a useful instrument for us to do the needful. All other questions, I think, both the Bauchi distribution from Bauchi and the House of Representatives, what they are talking is at our own level of National Assembly. The IG has mentioned their, in his prayers, he has mentioned what they lack, their observations. It's left to us at the National Assembly to go through and do the needful. Please let us try and minimize this our sitting. We are mourning. Please take note. Thank you.
To all the members who spoke, everything you said here has been the truth. But from what you have said here, I jotted down 2 questions, which is, one is on the police recruitment. The distinguished senator wants to know our current personnel status in the police. And the second one is on whether we are getting other sources of funding apart from the budgetary allocation. It's very glaring that the police is being grossly underfunded. We are limited by this envelope budget system has limited us. Last year, we argued for the removal of the Nigerian police from the envelope budget system. We didn't succeed with that. We would not have been able to achieve all that we achieved in 2024 if Mr. President has not intervened effectively. A lot of time we have had to go to Mr. President and he has intervened. We have been able to assess some special intervention in the course of our operations in 2024, and that really helped us to deliver on our mandates as much as we were able to do in 2024. Otherwise, we depend only on the budgetary allocation appropriated and released to us. So I'm happy that the members of this committee has noted the gross inadequacy of what is being appropriated to the police and the desire of members to help the police to be better funded. Then with respect to police recruitment, in 2023, Mr. President approved our yearly recruitment to the police from 10,000 to 30,000. Before then, what we were having is 10,000 yearly recruitment. That didn't amount to increase in personnel for the police. It can at best be described as personnel replacement. That's what we were doing before. But with the approval of Mr. President, for us to increase our yearly recruitment from 10,000 to 30,000, we are hopeful that this year we are going to see an increase in personnel. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the opinion of this committee to allow IG and his men to go, and we take the Honorable Minister and the Chairman Police Service Commission and Police Academy. IG, you can...
Chairman and the... How can he live? He's been discharged.